Assalamu alaikum, my dear friend. Today we will discuss about types of vector. In this lecture, first we are gonna looking up in vector type data. Vector type data are classified in some categories. These are logical, numeric, integer, complex, character, raw. Okay, and the second type of data is list. Third one, matrix. Fourth, arrays. Five factors and six data frames. How it look likes in R, we're gonna see. Logical, true or false. True, false. It will definitely in capital letter. True, false. Numeric like that 12, 5, 9 and so on. Integer 2L, 4L. Here 4L defines integer. It is also a subcategory of numeric. Integer is a subcategory of numeric, and we use L at the end of numeric value as a suffix, and we define it as an integer. Also complex, this is look like 3 plus 2i and the formation b a plus bi, where a and b are real numbers and this I is an imaginary number. Character a, Allah, I am happy. In character, we always use quotation mark, single quotation or double quotation. Without quotation, we can't define it as a character. Raw data, my name is Akinuzzaman and it will stored in R as 20, 41, 6b, 6, 9, 6e, like that. So we put the value of var1 is true, true, in capital letters. In R, we should use true or false, all of in capital letters. Okay, var1 is equal to true. Let's run it. To run a code, you can use Ctrl plus Enter button. Then there creates a variable with names var1 and values true. Let's check what's the class of var1. What's the class of var1? It shows that var1 is a type of logical type data. Logical type data. Next, we have var2 variable with value false. Let's run it. Here in environment, you can see that it creates a var2 variable with input false. Let's check it. Class. Also, it shows that it's a logical type data. To check if it is vector or not, as we know, logical is a subcategory of vector type data. How to check vector or not? Run a code is dot vector var1 is dot vector var1. We can see that it's true. It's true. Is dot vector means it put a questions to R that if it is vector or not. It shows that it's true. That means var1 is a type of vector data. Then let's have a check for var2. It also shows that it's true. That means var1 and var2 is vector type data. Let's talk about numeric data. Okay, var3, we have a variable with name var3 and we put a value 100 to this, and it after running this code, it creates a variable. In the environment, you can see var3 and values 100. Let's check it. Class. It shows that it's numeric. Let's have another variable with name var4 and it's 5.55. Let's print it. Classes. To check its classes, it shows that var4 is a numeric variable, numeric type variable. Let's talk about integer. Integer is also a subcategory of numeric data. To define integer, you have to use L as suffix. Let's have a var variable as var5 and the value of this is 200 and L. Run it. Then print its class. You can see that that is a integer type data. That is a integer type data. Carefully remember that if you don't use L as a suffix at the end of numeric data, you can't say that it's an integer. Let's have a check that if there is any lackings or not. We have a variable name data 7 or data 6 is equal to 5.55 with suffix L. Then run it. You can see that there is a warning message. Integer literal 5.55 contains decimal. By this, we can ensure that if you use L as a suffix to define it as an integer, you can't use decimal number. You can't use decimal number. You should have used a integer number without decimal. Okay, let's check complex data type. We have a variable with name var6 and its value is 2 plus 3i. Let's run it and then print its class. You can see that it's a complex type data. Okay, then let's talk about character type data. We have a variable name var7 and I give a values of var7 is statistics in double quotation. Let's run it. It creates a variable with name var7, then print its class. It shows that it's a character. Then we also have a variable with name var8, then run it and then print its class. It shows that it's character. If you think that this is a integer value or numeric value, it's wrong. If you use double quotation with numeric value, it will print class as a character. That means if you use quotation mark, then it will be a character type data. If you put some values in quotation, it will show as a character type data. Raw data. If you want to convert character data to raw data, then what should have to do to change the formation of character data to raw data. Let's have a variable var9 and you should use the code or operational function char to row. You can see that, and I put my name as a character value, then run it and print var9. You can see that it shows 41, 6b, 69 or so on instead of showing my name Akinuzzaman. This called raw data. This called raw data. Character data is converted to raw data. Let's have a variable var0. This is another type of code to change a character type data to raw data. This is one of the type of coding and this is another type of coding. var0 char to row and we use var7. Then let's see what's going on. Let's run it as var0. Okay, let's print it. You can see that statistics is no longer available. It converted to 73, 74, 64 and so on. This is called raw data. Let's check the class of var9 and var0. Print class var9. You can see that it shows that it's a raw type data. Then also print the class of var0. It's also show that it's a raw type data. Those above are subcategory of vector type data. How to create a vector type data? To create a vector type data, you have to use a function which is as c is equal to bracket. Okay, let's have a vector variable. Let's create a vector with name subject. This vector variable name is subject and we use c function. Then as this is a word, as those are word, we use quotation mark to define it's a character type data. Okay, if you use sentences or word, you must use quotation mark. Otherwise quotation mark, it will show error, and using quotation mark, it will defines that it's a character type data. We take a vector variable named subject and use C operation and some character like math, statistics, CSE. Let's run it, then print subject. Okay, you can see that it prints math, statistics and CSE. After that, print the class of subject variable. You can see that it shows a character type data. That means math, statistics and CSE are type of character data. Let's check if subject variable is vector or not. To check this, use is.vector operation, then run it. You can see that its value is true. It shows true. That means subject is a vector. Subject value variable is a vector. Let's have an example with numeric data. Goals, we take a variable named goals and create a vector with C function, C 400, 15 and 500. Okay, you should use comma after a values of the variable. Okay, then print it, then print goals. You can see that it shows 415 and 500. Then print the class of goals. it shows numeric. That means 415 is numeric, 500 is numeric. If goals variable is vector or not, to check, use is dot vector goals. Okay, is dot vector operation. Then it shows that it's true. That means it's a vector type data. In this lecture, we learn all about vector. We learn all about vector and how to create a vector. In R, we can learn more about it. Okay, so thanks for this time. See you in the next lecture.